One of the big issues that's been going on in Monticello is about the YMCA property and whether we should be acquiring this for future use. I'd like to hear each of your thoughts on what your thoughts are about purchasing the YMCA property. How would you see it used, and how do you see it being paid, Mr. Dickinson?
I don't believe there's anybody that would disagree that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of preservation is in the definition of preservation. If we don't preserve it, we won't get a chance to do that later. The YMCA Regional Park Task Force has actually identified 7 major goals as outcomes of the potential acquisition, and this is public information. These weren't my ideas. These are simply things that I agree with. Protect and restore the natural resource base on which outdoor recreation depends: lakes, streams, wetlands, forests, and grasslands. Absolutely. Sustain outdoor recreational facilities for future generations. Protect prime recreational lands from development in areas of rapid population growth, and provide recreational facilities such as trails, water access, shoreland, and natural areas. Respond to demands of changing population by providing a variety of outdoor recreational opportunities to the aging population, as well as to Minnesota's diverse culture. Expand nature-based outdoor recreational experiences for youth living in urban areas because of its accessibility and close proximity. We have a gem, as we're calling it here, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to provide something that already exists in providing such a thing, but to make sure that it continues to be something that's usable. Improve coordination between governmental agencies by creating a partnership to plan, maintain, and offer a full range of recreational opportunities. Just like Clint just said, we can't do this on our own. We're going to need cooperation with Wright County. We're actually probably going to need cooperation with the state. More importantly, we need cooperation from our community. What does our community want? And I ask you to look at the other alternative. If Monticello does not do the right thing for this land, the YMCA will find somebody else to do something different with it, which might not fall into our plan.
Great, thank you. Mr. Herbst.
Thank you. Well, Wayne and I both sit on the same committee, so he pretty much touched on a lot of the opportunity that this piece of land has. And by the way, it's unending. The sky's the limit on what happens today, tomorrow, or 20 years from now. And I don't think that any of us are going to really realize the impact that that piece of property has on Monticello for say 10 to 20 years from now. But I will kind of focus more in on the idea of how this thing would be paid for. We do collect park dedication fees, and these park dedication fees are solely for acquisition of parkland. We have nearly $1 million right now sitting in a fund for this. We're in dire need of future ball fields and these play areas and things like that, that rather than planting a ball field in the middle of somebody's neighborhood, and we've seen that the people come in droves because they have 4 nights a week, there's cars parked up and down the streets, they can't get in, all this hassle. It'd be better to locate at one spot, easier to maintain, cheaper to maintain, and we could have a state-of-the-art complex out there. But in order to pay for this thing, we also have the county stepping up and saying, hey, they would be willing to bond for this. If they bond for it over a certain amount of years, we can take and take our pay our piece off over a 20-year time frame rather than paying it up front. And essentially what we're looking at, the city share being about $5 million out of a project that started at $34 million. We came to an agreement for $20,500,000, and now we're trying to work out some way to pay this thing. As far as we do need the county, we need the state to step forward. We did already lock in $1.2 million from the lottery funds, and that's what we have another thing set up to meet with them again this year to try to keep that going. They're so excited about the project. We do feel like we do have a good opportunity to acquire more of those funds. Thank you.